We are less than 2 months from the May primary when we head to the polls here in Alabama. Joining us now in our CBS 42 studio is the governor of Alabama, who is running for another term. Governor Kay Ivey, it sure is great to see you up here on our set today.
Well, thank you. Proud to be here, and thank you for inviting me.
Well, you're welcome. I want to talk to you about your ad that you just released, the Joe Biden ad, Poor Joe. You're getting a lot of response to that ad, aren't you? Tell me about that.
Oh, man, everywhere we go, people are talking about that ad. I mean, literally. And it was a fun ad to cut. But obviously, a lot of folks were taught that same thing by their parents because they all recognize that if you can't say anything nice, just don't say anything at all.
Just bite your tongue. That sounds like something your parents taught you.
Yeah, that's for sure, they did.
Young Kay, you just don't say anything. So I know a lot of people have seen that ad. I want to talk to you about some of the issues that you face and the people who are always challenging you for this position as governor. Let's talk about the gas tax. I know you saw the prices as you all were driving in here today. They're so very high. And one of your challengers, Tim James, says that that's the main reason he's running against you. One of the reasons is the gas tax, which we know is Rebuild Alabama. I know you're very proud of the Rebuild Alabama program, but what do you say to those voters who are frustrated with gas prices and quite frankly, angry with you that the tax went up?
Well, goodness knows we've got some 1,500 road projects going on all over the state in almost all 67 counties. But and there's no question that the gas prices have risen under the Biden administration. When Trump left office, it was about $2 a gallon. And since President Biden's been in office, it's dramatically increased. Biden just needs to reverse his dangerous actions that limits domestic energy production. We don't need to be dependent on foreign oil. We need to be energy independent, and he needs to step up and reduce the prices at the pump.
The James ad talks about that tax just goes up and up and up. For the viewers who are watching who are just angry about gas prices and want to pin that on you, how do you explain that to them? It's a trade-off, isn't it, with roads or tax?
No. With every penny of the Rebuild Alabama money goes to road, bridges, and to our port. And the Rebuild Alabama does take into account that since we hadn't raised taxes on gas in some almost 30 years, and the money from the gas tax goes to build roads and bridges. So should the price increase in the cost of asphalt and bridge materials, there's an index in there that will allow 1 cent every 2 years, if it's needed, to pay for the increased cost. But it won't go up more than 1 cent every 2 years. So that's the reason for that. So Mr. James is just misleading our people in some ways.
I want to talk about the lottery. It can't seem to get off the ground. I know we have new bills being introduced in the legislature. What do you want to see for the future of Alabama when it comes to casinos or lottery or any of those?
That's an issue I think the people of Alabama ought to vote on. And let's let the people decide, not Montgomery. And that's what the people of Alabama ought to have the right to vote on that. So if they if the legislature wants a lottery or gambling, they need to put it on the ballot for the people of Alabama to vote on.
So when the legislators meeting and talking about it, you stay out of it?
I want the people to vote on that issue.
About education, I know you're very proud of our pre-K program. It's #1 on so many different polls and reports. What about K through 12? It must be frustrating that doesn't reflect at that same level. What do you want to see with the education system? What can be done about it?
Well, we've got to improve our education system. We passed a bill last year called the TEAMS Act that will fill some 3,000 unfilled slots for math and science teachers, grades 6 through 12. We've dedicated some ARPA money to have customized grant programs available for failing schools, not one size fits all, but customized plan for each of the failing schools. So we're taking some steps, but there's more that we need to do to improve education, because education is absolutely the key to our future and to the future of every youngster.
No doubt. Before we let you go, what would you like to see accomplished in another full term that you haven't been able to accomplish yet?
And we certainly want to keep working on education, and we also want to keep on growing our economy and continue to encourage companies and businesses to locate here and provide more jobs. The economy is good and we're growing and people are working and Alabama's working, but there's just more to do both in education and in the economy.
Governor Kay Ivey, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Coming up tomorrow on CBS 42 Morning News, part 2 of our interview with the governor. Governor Ivey has broken barriers when it comes to women in politics here in Alabama. What she said about that, and she reveals a personal tidbit about her life as governor and what she does when she's not in the governor's office.